Hel- Hello and welcome. This is me doing an intro video on Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition. It's literally just the same thing as Dark Souls, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, I do have a couple characters built already. I mean, I've played quite a bit, so I know what I'm doing. I'll just make a character really quick just to show you just some of the different aspects of the game. I should go deprived with you guys just to show you, how I could. I really don't want to see any of that, so I'm just gonna survive with. I should go with deprived just to show you, the different routes you can go. Like sorcerer, pyromancer, that kind of stuff. But I think for this, I'm gonna go with Wanderer. It tends to be my favorite class, even though they tend to be my worst. Good tip: always, if you're not going with a thief, always go with the master key. And if you are going with a thief, go with the old witch's ring. Later on, you come across a firekeeper with, well, that can't speak, what you can understand as English. The old witch's ring translates that for you, so you're gonna want that. But since not a thief, so master key. Blah 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 blah. Don't care about that. Let's name him example. And I'm doing this on my computer. Yeah, I know, heresy, but whatever. And I have a USB controller for this, the 361. So yeah, hate me. I don't care. Okay. So this is it. Blah blah blah. It's gonna take you through some intro stuff. The loading screens give you certain helpful bits. Blah blah blah. You're in an asylum. Okay, so you start out with the armor it shows you, and a straight sword hilt. It's literally just a broken straight sword. So what you do is you pillage that dungeon cell key, use it. Now, combat in this game is a little weird. It's not like other games, where either X or square, depending on your console preference, is basic attack, and then your Y or triangle is your heavy. Instead, your right bumper or your R1 if you're on PlayStation is your basic attack as such, and then your heavy is the right trigger, like that. That was two of them. Basic things you want to know is dodging. You tap either B or circle. Again, depending on which console you're using. There's also backstepping, where if you're not moving and you tap it, then it just backsteps. You can chain combos off of that. I'll show you some of that later. And also sprinting. When you're moving, hold down B, and after a little bit, it'll slowly consume stamina, but it'll allow you to move faster. Each attack you do consumes stamina, and yeah. Anyways, let's get through here just to show you some more stuff. Obviously, kill these guys. I mean, there's literally no negative side effect for killing them. Okay, so let me explain a few things. The Dark Souls Kingdom is ravaged by essentially a curse. It's Curse of the Dark Sign. What is essentially it does is once you're human, you're human, but originally when you die, you become undead. And all undead eventually go hollow, and there's no way in hell you can get rid of it. Hollow, the difference between a hollow and an undead is an undead knows what he's doing, you know, he's nice and sane. A hollow is murderous and crazy, essentially. Like, a little bit like your average high schooler, to be honest. Murderous and crazy. Anyway. Now you'll see it says bonfire lit. These things, they're basically just swords stuck in a pile of ashes and bones. So those are called bonfires. You can rest at them in order to fill up your, well, you'll get Estus flasks a little bit later in the video. You get Estus flasks, which are a renewable heal item, but you can only refill them at the bonfire. It automatically does it for you. You don't have to pay anything or anything like that. Yeah, so I'm gonna rest this. And what resting at a bonfire does is it resets your health and stamina. If you're cursed, it keeps your curse. Your curses are still there, sadly. And it refills your Estus flasks. Now, what it also does that you can't necessarily notice is it resets the enemies. So, like, you know those 2-3 guys I killed back there? They should still be there. Let's see, let me show you here. You'll find that one out eventually. See, he came back. He's alive again. Yeah. So now you don't have to feel guilty about killing him, even though you could kill him again just for shits and giggles. But yeah, it resets them all to their original position, except for, well, with a few exceptions. There's various bosses and one-offs that you can only kill once. That's typically bosses. Okay. But after this bonfire, you go up here, and you know how I mentioned the sprinting, where you hold down B or circle? You're gonna want to sprint to the left here, over this rubble, through that pod there, and to that door. You're gonna want to do that, because you really don't want to fight him without your weapon. Your main weapon, or your starting weapon, and your shield. So, do that just so that way in case you die you respawn there. Bonfires are respawn points essentially. And now, go in there straight off. Don't, dig around, just go there straight off and equip your shield. In your left slot, what you do is you press the start button, you use the D-pad to go over to change equipment. You go in your left hand, the very left slot in your left hand, and then you just equip it with either A or X button, depending on your console. Well, unless you're playing on a PC like me. But, yeah. Anyways, now with shields, you hold L1 to block, or L1 or your left bumper. And then later on there's a thing, wow, you can do it now, but it's essentially useless until you get your good weapon. There's a parry. See, that's what it is. It looks like a shield bash, trust me, it's not. It doesn't do any damage. But what it does is if you time it perfectly, or hell, even semi-perfectly, when you're getting attacked or about to get hit and you parry it, it should knock aside the enemy's weapon, and then you could just hit straight off after that and deal a massive critical hit. Now, I'm gonna use my shield, so that way he doesn't hit me with that one. He's gotta run off, but that is okay. Now you get that scimitar, go over to change equipment, change out your straight sword hilt for the scimitar. because your scimitar is, well, okay. For this class, the scimitar is the starting weapon. I typically like to dodge these arrows, but that's because I played them quite a bit. Okay, you notice how that number in the lower right corner increased. That is your soul count. Everything you kill gives you souls, or should give you souls. If it doesn't, contact your internet service provider immediately. Huh? No, not at all. But what it does is, well, souls are the currency of the world. You know, like Zelda, there's rupees. What kind of other game? Oh hell, most games it's either, you know, cash or credits. But in this, it's souls. Just walk on right through there. It doesn't even matter. Okay. Souls are what you use to level up, what you use to buy things, and what you use... Well, actually, that's it. It's what you use to level up and buy things. Ow, that's really simple. Oh yeah, you also use souls to repair your equipment. Yes, the game does have a equipment degradation thing, which kind of sucks, but hey, it's better than the second game. The second game? Holy. But, whatever. Anyway, they crawl up here until the boulder starts moving, and then you roll out of the way. Do you really want to get hit by a boulder? No. Then roll out of the way. Anyways, go in here and talk to him.
Oh.
I'm just gonna skip through that because that's a little boring for me, considering this. I've done this so many freaking times. Always say yes. It'll automatically put you on yes, and yeah. Estus Flask, I talked about this earlier. This is your basic heal item, and he'll give you the Undead Asylum F2 East Key, Floor 2 East Key. It lets you progress. Yeah, that's what it does. Okay. Now, he's like, oh, hey, I'm about to die, and I don't want to go hollow on your ass. Anyways, what you could do here is you could either just leave and he'll die and you'll get about 100 souls, 120 I think, and I'm not sure, I don't remember. Or what you do, this is my personal favorite, is hit him and kill him. Either way, it doesn't matter. But why? Okay, you get 100 souls. You can hit him or kill him, or just let him die. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have any negative effects later on. Okay. Hit your shield. You hit him a few times until he dies. Dark, frickin' dark. Use that key he gave you to open up that door. Now, if you're a cleric, sorcerer, or pyromancer, your specialty item for that will be right here. There'll be a white glowy thing. Go to hell. Bug over an engine. Anyways, yeah, there'll be that. For sorcerer, it's your catalyst, which is like a staff type deal. Pyromancer, it's a pyromancer glove. You know, that's kind of redundant. And then for cleric, it's a talisman, typically made of cloth. Okay. Just go up to him, to grab out of him. And then go in here. Now, this one's a little tougher than the rest of them. He's got better armor, better shield, and a better weapon. And he's got more health, obviously. And he's got Estus Flask that he'll try to heal with. What you do is, with the sword guys, you just wait for them to hit your shield, and then you wail on them. Or, you know, Orca if you're kind of a chicken. Anyways, not all white light doors progress to the next area. So, well, okay, they all progress to a different area, but they're not all good. Like this one takes you to the boss room. Ta-da! Boss room. Fun. Anyways, I'm gonna kick his ass. Now what you do here is, hello ugly, you drop down and attack. Basic attack. It does a drop attack, which does extra damage. Now, don't do what I'm doing. I'm being stupid. Do what you feel is safest to kill him, but you have to kill him. He's actually being rather nice to me this time. Usually not this much. Ow! See? He'll do side sweeping attacks like that, he'll do that. Oh, ow. That was kinda rude. Ow. See what I mean? I'm being stupid. But, I got him. That is stupid shit. Who cares? Anyway, he dies. You get a humanity. There should be a big pilgrim's key that you get, too. Huh. Okay. Oh, okay. I guess it just gave you the... I guess it just put it there. Okay. You get 2,000 souls, a humanity, and a big pilgrim's key. It used to, you know, require a confirmation of the stupid pop-up. Now, over here, don't fall off the edges, please. Or else you'll just have to go find your blood, you know, you'll have to go back from whatever bonfire you were at and find your bloodstain again. Oh yeah, good point. When you die, you leave a bloodstain. It contains all your souls that you had in the, you know, your lower right corner, and all your humanity, which is in the upper left. You know where that 0, 0 is. That is your humanity count. Humanity increases your luck chance, your curse resistance, or okay, your item drop rate, your curse resistance, and you can use humanity for various things. You'll find out along the way. Now, loot him. Make sure you don't fall off the edge here. Okay. Later on, you're gonna figure out a few things, and eventually you're gonna find out that if you go over there, yes, you can go over there. You just walk. You go over there and you drop a specific item, and once you leave the area and come back, you know, you'll have a whole new item there, and yeah. But I'm not gonna go over there because their voices irritate me. Okay, so that's all the secret-ish things around here. That's all you need to know. Don't bother reading the messages because they're just a bunch of bull. Or, you know, people saying, hey, I did it, yay! Okay. And then you walk forward, and it goes to a cutscene. A giant crow comes and picks you up, takes you to this new area. The area is Lordran. Well, the kingdom is Lordran. Excuse me. Now, I'm going to show you the level. Thanks for interrupting me, game. I'm going to show you the leveling up system. It requires a set amount of souls each level up, and it increases every level, as you can see. Leveling up 3 times goes from 707 required souls to 758. It gets much worse later on. So, do your essential stats first. This is a dexterity-based character, so I would put a couple into strength and one into dex. Faith users are your cleric. You're gonna want to put tons into faith. You're gonna want to pour them in there. You're gonna want at least 14 strength, 14 dex, 12 endurance, I would say. Yeah, 12 endurance. And then, you know, if you're a magic user, then you just pour them into either Faith, which is for the Cleric, or Intelligence, which is Pyromancer and Sorcerer. Vitality increases your health up, and every level you put in increases your defenses a little bit. Attunement gives you attunement slots. See how I have one attunement slot there under the item discovery thing? Yeah, if I go from 11 attunement to 12 attunement, I get 2 slots instead of just the 1. Those slots are used for various spells that you pick up along the way or can buy. Sorcerers, Clerics, Pyromancers, you're gonna need these later on, because you're gonna pick up quite a few pretty good spells. Kind of scary spells. Endurance increases your stamina and your equip load. Your equip load is how much weight, your equipment, okay, all equipment weighs stuff. It determines how much you can equip and how light or heavy you are with it. It also increases your stamina, which, means, hey, you can attack more or block more or whatever. Strength upgrades, well, obviously strength-based stuff, and then dexterity upgrades, well, dexterity-based stuff. Resistance buffs your resistances more, and gives you a bit of poison resist too. Yeah. Alright, you can't level up your humanity. I'll not even bother with that. Okay. So now, a run that... Whew, okay. A run that everyone's gonna want to do. Ignore him, he's a friendly. Do not hit him, he will kick your ass. A run everyone's gonna want to do. Here, I should probably re-show you how to get there. From that glowy bit there, which is right next to the bonfire. That's the bonfire pit over there. You come up here. You see him. Turn right up here. Go up these stairs. And then turn into here. You'll notice two openings. At this point, it doesn't matter which one you go in because it leads to the same frickin' thing. Go down here. I just roll for effect, initiative. Anyways, and then there'll be chests everywhere. So this one gives you 6 homeward bones. These homeward bones, when you use them, it returns you to the last bonfire you were at, with all your souls and humanity. The dark sign will also will return you to the last bonfire you were at, but you lose all your souls and humanity. That's a bitch. This one gives you a Morning Star and a Talisman. Talisman is how you cast miracles, which are a cleric's best friend, essentially. And this one will contain 4 cracked red-eye orbs. Those allow you to, well, if you're human, which, obviously you can tell you're not right now, you can invade other worlds. And then Lloyd's Talisman, you pick up 4 of them here, prevents Estus recovery. So some invader couldn't just rest at your bonfire and recover all of his Estus flasks. He'd still be, Estus flaskless. Huh. Anyways, you're gonna want to be completely light for this, and how you determine how you're completely light is by rolling. If you roll like that, or like so, I should say, then you are light. If you roll a little bit slower than that, but not as slow, I don't think I have the crap for this. Whatever. If you roll like that, there we go. I'm so glad that worked. If you roll like that, where you're just kind of, okay, whatever, a little pudgy, then yeah, you're medium. I don't think I have enough for heavy. Nope. Anyway, if you roll slower than that, like like a snow belt down a really crappy hill, then yeah, you're heavy. But you wanna get to the point where you can like that and test that out a few times, see what it is. This class and a few others are generally always light. Anyways, you're gonna need to be light for this. So what you do is you slide down here and you run. You sprint. Don't stop sprinting until you get to the item. Spam whatever button it is to pick it up and run to the next one. You run over here, past this big pile of bones, grab that Zweihander, run over here, pick that up, run past him, run past the skeletons, and you just gotta keep running. You just gotta keep running. Run back the way you came. Oh, so down the stairs, up here. Alright, you didn't come back here. Go past that, and then rest of the bonfire. Remember how I said bonfire resets? Yeah, it resets them back to where they were. You know, that one guy that died, you know, obviously didn't die. He's not dead anymore. Okay. So now you've got all those items. The Zweihander is where'd it go? Yeah, it's a two-handed greatsword. It requires 24 strength to use, but you're gonna want a lot of endurance also before you can use that. So I wouldn't recommend trying to go for it at this time. Wing and Spear is more of a dexterity-based item, and it is one of the best spears you can get. It scales better than the rest of them. Morningstar, it does a little bit less damage than the Cleric's Mace, but it applies a bleeding effect, which, you know, if you hit them enough, it'll apply a full bleed and they'll just die. They'll just die. But yeah, whatever. I digress. So yeah. Those are some of the basics to get you started. Thinking about creating another video, you know, showing you how to get through this basic area and, you know, how to get your farming started. That'll be it, guys, and I wish you luck, because trust me, it's gonna suck. See y'all.